Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a couple of viewer-submitted matches of StarCraft 2. For the first match of the day, the map is Magma Mines, a 2v2 map, you team game lovers. A red Protoss player let's go team number 2. It is Lido. Their blue Zerg ally in the upper right corner, it is Co-Terminator. The other Terminator, the Co-Terminator, it's a team effort, okay? The teal Zerg playing for team number 1 on the left side of the map, it is Paprika. And wrapping it all up, the purple Zerg here in the upper left corner, it is Masio PL. There's too many Zergs. No, there's never enough Zergs. What am I talking about? There's no Terrans, though. A 2v2 match with no Terrans. Madness, I say. Dare I say, welcome, beautiful viewer, to a couple of viewer-submitted matches, but also let me add, welcome, dear beautiful viewer, once again to the December Viewer Challenge. No, it's not the official Viewer Challenge day. I know, we had that last week, and it was a glorious episode, it was. Nope, I had some extra replays sitting around here. My replay in charge person of the replay picker, I'll call them. They said, I know you went through the viewer challenge replays last week, but come on. Are you really done? Are you really sick of it? And I'm like, no, of course not. I'll absolutely go through some more. So here we are, taking another look. Some replays, maybe they didn't make it in. Maybe they weren't quite as, let's go with viewer-tastic. Chaotic, shenanigan-filled as the previous ones. Maybe they just got it in as a late submission. But here we are, taking a look at everything. The Stalker, the Drone, the first to be sacrificed. If you are unfamiliar with the December Viewer Challenge, of course I'll put the image somewhere on screen, but essentially, at least one of these players, and I'm guessing just based off the units lost tab, who we're dealing with here, at least one of these players must offer up gifts to their opponent. This one's not a gift, though. This one's just going to this base that, might I say, is quite exposed. The fact that this is somebody's natural in this match, I see they weren't supposed to take it as their natural. They're supposed to get the gold. But the fact that you took it as your natural, that's a bit much, I think. The Protoss player on the other side, of course, not quite understanding the concept of expansions. No, instead we're getting a Dark Shrine at the 3-minute and 50-second mark. We have an absolute horde of slowlings. They'll start to, maybe annoy and chomp at the ankles of the enemy here. We also have a Bane nest, as you can tell by the morphing Banelings. So, one of these players is submitting to the viewer challenge. The rest are just trying to enjoy their day, though. Let's take a look at the wall. It is actually a wall. However, it's being manned by a Stalker and one Pylon. Go for it. Get the Pylon. They're going for it. Everything unpowered. The battery decorative at best. The Lings do not care at all about the Stalker manning the door. A speed finishes up, which means these probes. Kill the probe. Kill the problem, I say. Dark Shrine the next target. Unfortunately for them, the DTs have been warped out. The prism already made on the other side. And this is just team games in a nutshell, isn't it? Do we even have... Oh, we do have a lair. There's 3 Overseers on the way. The Lings start to go after blue. The amount of damage that's being done here. Like, is the game just over? The DTs. Oh god, these are slowlings. Trying to chase down Dark Templar with slowlings. Give me a break. Holy roach, Batman. That is a lot of roaches. Okay. So we're not dead. Not dead yet. Protoss is kind of dead, though. We have one probe and one very confident Dark Templar who's actually getting some damage done. The Overseer finally slowly floats his way over here. The DT will be cleaned up. Did the Prism die? No. Where's the Prism? Ah. Prism was called back home. Pylon remade in the exact same spot that it was lost because, hey, we've got the infrastructure. It'd be more expensive to actually do it right. No, we're going to just put it right back in the same spot and hope nothing bad happens again. The DT not quite able to actually complete its attack, despite hearing, I think, 3 different strike audios as the Zerglings ran by. The roaches plugging up the hole in the wall quite nicely, though, might I say. If you've got a leak and you're like, hey, mold putty or duct tape. No, try 12 roaches. How about that? I would say that's going to go pretty well. What's the damage looking like here? We've got the Protoss player who has worked their way back up to less probes than they started the game with, so that's good. They're choosing to warp in Zealots at the same time, too. They have enough minerals for, a Nexus, but we're not quite sure where the button is on the command card to build a Nexus. Maybe we'll find it later. Okay, maybe we'll get there. The drones, I would rather just sit next to the Queen all day, too. I can't really blame them for the decision here. Whoops. Forgore the units. Oh, you guys haven't, yes, there we go. As I said, somebody was trying to submit to the viewer challenge. And it's been mildly successful, I would say. Teal sacrificed plenty of Zerglings, but it wasn't for the viewer challenge. It was to have a great day, I suppose. Probe not able to get outside the wall because mineral walking, of course, is not quite in the cards. The roaches had to let the probe out. I like the setup here. You could tell these players, they're well versed in the art of co-op and campaigns. The wall here, we've got the roach wall. The immortal is the commander in the back. Are you all just macroing? We're gonna speed up a little bit. I have things to get through today, okay? The roaches, the roach wall, I like it though. Let's keep an eye on the DT, I suppose. He's just going out to the middle of the map. We see a Stargate charge is finishing up. How many zealots do we even have? We have 3. We have 3 zealots, but they will be going places at least, because now they have charge. A couple of roaches sent across. These roach gifts treated so poorly by the opponents. How dare they? One of these players, our dear Purple Zerk here, clearly the one who's trying to just get into the giving spirit of the holiday season. Make sure that their opponent has plenty of presents under the not quite tree, prism. We'll go with under the prism, just for the purpose of the very terrible analogy here. A Stargate finished up, and of course, it's going to be a Void Ray. How could it be anything else? Overlord scouting around here. We've got a hallucinated Phoenix. Our Zergling lover has unlocked Spire technology along with 4 bases. Damn. Very nice. Purple still working just off of 2. But, it's the thought that counts. We're getting there. We're getting the Infestation Pit. Oh, we Dropper Lord. Dropper Lorded a drone to get that expansion going. Okay. I like it. The creativity. The Lings. Yeah, I don't really recommend going up this rather cinematic wall. Like, if you were gonna see this kind of thing in a cutscene, it wouldn't surprise you. It looks great, doesn't it? Probably don't want the immortal in front, but baby steps. Baby steps. We have the Mutas. Mutt-mutts show themselves. A spore crawler already unlocked. Fleet beacon on the way as well. There's void rays. What do we even have for anti-air? There's 1 stalker, 2 void rays. Oh, please, the Mutas so do not have to care about this level of void rays. The probes put in the prism. I love that, actually. Oh, that's so good. Wonderful save by the red Protoss here, Leto. Choosing not to repeat the sins of the past here. It saves the probes via the prism. The Mutas will be relatively unsuccessful at anything other than just annoying the opponents, letting them know Mutas exist, which has prompted what in response? Extra Stargates. The pylon's going to be targeted down though, and that is an actually useful pylon. The roaches. Some more gifts. Bold is the man that offers up the queen as the gift, though. I feel like that's playing with fire. Because, you know, queens, as the most powerful of Zerg units, as the most overpowered and capable. Let me just put it this way. If I was doing the viewer challenge, I don't think I would have it in me to submit a queen as one of my offerings. It does show tremendous enthusiasm, though. You are willing to give up that which is most precious to you. And if you're saying, come on, Indigos, queens are not that good. Queens are not nearly as awesome as you're saying. You don't know, do you? You will one day. May you one day learn the strength of the queen. Yes, I hope. I have hope for you, okay? The Mutas continue to fly around, be a Mutalisk-shaped nuisance. Not quite sure how they're flying so well with all of the holes in their wings. A bit of tattered wings on this skin. I'm not quite sure what skin this is right off the top of my head, but they're at least flying still reasonably well. What has been our response? Our opponents, I'm sorry, we have... Where are the swarm hosts? Here? This is where you decided. Okay then. That was the decision. Swarm host away. Okay. We have carriers. The only Protoss player on the entire map managed to find their way to carriers. Good. Very good. Void Rays patrolling around, desperately trying to keep up with Mutas. The Mutas could just engage this. Thank you. Much appreciated here. The carrier going to realize the folly of its endeavor. Oh, there's the Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler little to the south, and chaos erupts onto the map. Leto's ground forces caught a bit out of position here, going to be swarmed. Blue Zerg co-terminator ready to co-terminate here. The forces engage. This is a mess. Guardian shields activated. The Muta's cloud is overhead. The Roach Ravager on the top side looks like it's starting to be whittled down. Corruptors dealing with the carriers handily, though. And it looks like Team Number 1's Air Force is going to reign absolutely supreme here. The rest of the ground forces will be dealt with. Co-Terminator has co-terminated himself from the match, and Leto follows with a very quick GG. Well played to Team Number 1 here. A victory well earned. Submission for the viewer challenge. I give it a solid attempt, dear Purple Zerg. Masio, I saw your attempt. However, seeing the Queen offered up, it's too much damage to my heart. I cannot forgive such an atrocity. Let us now move on to the second match of the day. For the second match of the day, we find ourselves back on the familiar 1v1 map Site Delta. The blue command center, the Terran landing into the upper left corner here. It is Rusty Shacky. And their Terran opponent, the red SCVs, landing into the bottom right here. It is Vitamins. Who also, I think, tried to get Vitamins as their clan name, but of course the limit on the characters for the clan is 6, so they only got Vitami. I firmly believe they were trying to just have it be Vitamins, though. That's what I'm gonna go with. A TVT. Didn't have any Terrans in the last game, thank goodness. We'll balance it out and get only Terrans in this one. As I said, welcome, dear beautiful viewer. Where is this SCV going? Still going with the theme, I've been explicitly told, a viewer challenge submission. However, I will say Rusty did appear in last week's episode here, and already getting into the giving spirit, I see, sending that SCV across. Yeah, that's the first one. Rusty did make an appearance last week and earned a bonus point, I remember, on my list for the creativity of offering up buildings, production structures. Oh, Vitamins, unhappy with this gift received, is gonna have an SCV target it down? This is so rude. Rusty wakes up commanding the SCV now. At least try and get a little bit of information here. Ooh, no. Violence and bloodshed are all that we know in this forsaken wasteland. Quick command centers for both of them coming online. Extra barracks now. Got 2 racks. Marines. Okay. I'm sorry, 2 more barracks. Oh boy. SCV gift once again offered up in generosity, kind-hearted nature to the opponent here. The factory on the way. The SCV totally had time to get in there. Marine will pop out of that barracks. Oh. Have you ever shot your gift? You gunned down the gift someone offered to you in authentic generosity? That feels rude. Got a bunker on the way. Is this a wall? I don't know. I'm worried about the space right there. Luckily, it's TVT, so you don't really need a wall unless you're fighting Hellions, I suppose. Either way. Oh boy. Double starport. Here we go. Bring on the fusion core. I say it's a TVT. If you were to ask me the ranking, I'm gonna go with diamond. I want to say it's diamond, maybe high platinum. I'm not 100% on it though. We get that Terran Brood War music going too. Very nice here. We'll speed this up a little bit. They're both taking their TVT macro turns. We all know how that can go. Sometimes TVT matches, there's like a gentleman's agreement, I swear. Apparently not quite so in this match, though. Rusty sending out a group of Marines already. The crew ready to do some damage. Do they have stim? No stim. No shields. But a lot of ambition. And on the other side of the map, we've got quadruple starport, hyperflight rotors, cloaked Banshee. Okay. The Marine's going to find that third command center and destroy it before Vitamins has the opportunity to cancel it, I believe. SCV's pulled to the front. Banshee flying overhead. I don't think one Banshee is going to save you from this many Marines, though. Rusty, are you just doing Marines? Oh my god. What is this? We're getting stim pack. 4 more barracks. And the first. At least you're consistent. Thank you for doing this. Okay. Very nice to see. Unfortunately, though, giving vitamins any amount of time to build additional banshees here is a little bit of a... it's a gamble, I'll call it. A third command center is going to be made on the high ground now. Vitamins. Taking a few more vitamins, realizing... what if? What if I don't do it the way I did before? Hey, boss, I think I could see something over these boxes here. What's it look like? It's a command center, I think. Oh, boy. All right. The barracks finally makes its way here. Unfortunately, the amount of anti-air is really limited. The Banshees need to be a bit careful. They do have those hyperflight rotors. You could follow them around if they choose to leave. SCV is going to be pulled to the front. The siege tank is going to do some serious damage here. Unfortunately, the wall was not up, which means the Marines get to just kind of waltz right in here, over-stimming the group. Tough to keep up with those Banshees, though. The rotors, quite hyper in their flight rotors indeed. The SCV is going to be brutally gunned down from the natural, though. Could go after the command center. We're also going to get the depots from the front of the wall, though. Oh, God, they're so low. The Banshees, most of them in the red. Try and rally across the barracks. The barracks buddy system here. The Marines focusing on the depots a bit too heavily. Could have gone after those Banshees, but we're actually making a Viking. Alright, the Marines continue to ravage the base here. Combat shields finishes up for the Marines. Very nice to see. The Viking makes its way out of the starport. Going to be safe, though, from the Marines. The orbital command, little less fortunate in that respect. We do have a scan. Not going very well, though. The Banshees are a struggle. The barracks lands to dodge the attacks of the Viking. I don't know. I think I'd pick the Viking personally. Yeah. Is this really the best time to be landing the third command center? The Banshees head out to try and help with the defense. The command center will be threatened. It could be destroyed. Stimming those Marines. These ones badly injured. No more stims available, it looks like. Oh God, this is a planetary. The barracks. It's burning. I don't know why that makes it so much better. Additional barracks on the way over here. I'd love to know what Vitamins is thinking. Seeing the barracks, we'll keep an eye on the one that's burning. Rusty, it might be time to fix these rally points. We're just rallying Marines into the grinder here. Plenty of gifts, though, I will say. Absolutely no trouble offering up even your own Marines as gifts. The production structure's now actually fulfilling quite the scouting role, I would say. This one's unfortunately going to burn down, but not before it gets to scout everything around it. Marines at the front, the Banshees start to get targeted down. One of them's going to be destroyed here. Another stim goes out. Oh, 2 of the Banshees will be picked off. The struggle is real, though, trying to keep up with all the Banshees. The Marines decide to just go after the command center, which is now going to be a planetary fortress. Who knew what Vitamins was really missing was the engineering bay. Oh, the Banshees get a little overzealous, little ambitious here. Loving the macro behind this. Look at this. Oh my word. How many barracks? 19 barracks. Missing a little skirmish over here, but it's really just the Banshees reigning supreme. I'm sorry, you have 22 barracks. They don't even have add-ons. You don't even need add-ons. Why would I get add-ons? Indigos, add-ons cost gas. I can just make more barracks. I can just make more Marines. This one's even going to be flown home because we already have the scouting barracks, which is still alive, might I say. This one watching the front entrance, making sure those Banshees aren't up to no good. Missile turrets in the double digits on the way now. 15 being produced at once. How many are we looking at total? Good lord. Nearly 20 missile turrets total. I can't argue with it though. Depots galore, barracks just kind of sprinkled around the place. God, if these all had reactors too, that would be absurd. The barracks finds the planetary fortress, which may actually be a bit troublesome, I feel. I don't know if we... Oh god, we're getting building armor. Like, in this situation, there's no infantry coming out of vitamins, so high-sec auto-tracking and building armor might be devastating here. The splash damage from the planetary fortress coming in handy. Not handy enough, though. Oh god, the Marines switched to targeting the Banshees. They're not gonna get it. The planetary lives. It is being repaired. Kills in 25 and counting. The Banshees switched to the focus, though, and it looks like all of the Banshees were picked off, which is a very respectable decision, I would say. Quit rallying into the planetary, though. 35 kills now. Is this going to be what the game is like now? Am I just going to see how high can we get planetary fortress kills? The refinery catching fire will burn down. The refinery, yes. Oh, the cyclone helping out against the scouting barracks here. Scouting barracks everywhere you look. We finished up building armor. We're getting that high-sec auto-tracking now. This planetary fortress now with building armor. Now you have to break it with 2 more armor. That is tough. Okay. Marines will get the SCVs as well. We need to spread out. No. Oh, God. Oh, my word. 69 kills. Very nice. Unfortunately, the planetary still too successful. Will increase the kill count. 79. 80. 83. 85. Oh my gosh, there's an SCV repairing this. It's gonna live. 89 kills. The siege tank with 5 will be destroyed. The planetary still kicking though. I'm not moving my camera. This is just gold. 108 kills. Rusty's still continuing to only make Marines. By the way, 284 Marines have been lost. Not made, lost. And, you know, nearly half of them to this planetary fortress. I beseech ye, beautiful viewer, give me a name for the planetary fortress. It has to start with a P. For example, Pete the Planetary, okay? Give me a name in the comments below. The heroic planetary fortress, should it fall, must be immortalized. And fall it just might. Rusty has recognized the value in building up the forces. Unfortunately, for the Marines, though, behind this, the 4 starports have shifted to battlecruiser production, and 3-3's on the way. The planetary comes under fire again. The SCVs are pulled. The siege tank quickly gunned down. 118 kills. The battlecruisers warp in just in time to watch the planetary fall. Last I saw, I think, was 131 kills. Can any planetary outdo it? This one's at 0. The focus must shift. This one's somehow injured, but also at 0. Yes, buildings are injured, not broken, not destroyed. They suffered injuries, of course. I know the terminology is a little off. The battle cruisers dealing with the scouting barracks handily. 3-3 on the way here. This is turning into quite the match, actually. The Marines gathering. Will their focus be the battle cruisers, or will it be the planetary fortress, though? Will this planetary have the opportunity to try and surpass the number of kills? The battle cruisers? This is not good. The Marines are already injured. They're trying to go after one of the cruisers. They're not going to get it. Instead, just injuring themselves to the point of no return. There's no medevacs. Rusty's committed to just trying to do this with mass Marine. Plenty of gifts have been offered, though, I will say. Constantly offering up the Marines as gifts. The barracks, the submissions for the challenge do qualify here. And personally speaking, I'm loving this. This is a beautiful match. The battle cruisers dispatching those gifts with brutal and ruthless efficiency. No interest in the holiday spirit here. Rusty taking over the rest of the map here, which is a choice I agree with and commend. We've maxed out around 126 army supply. The last of the Marines will finish their production here. We need to really get everybody together, though. The little clumps of Marines, and the timing on this is so unfortunate, because the battle cruisers are just now getting 3-3. 2-2 not quite done for the Marines yet. How close is it? Oh my gosh, it's so close to being done, too. If you could just wait, like, what that is, maybe 15 seconds. The battle cruisers. Oh, Rusty doing the split here, going for it, gunning them down. 2-2 has completed. The battle cruisers retreat to the high ground, which means the Marines should really pull back as well. Go after the other base. Deny the mining. Vitamins is now supply blocked here. We also really need 3-3 to start. Being down an upgrade against 3-3 cruisers, like, Marines don't counter battle cruisers really on the best of days. Let's see. Does the command center get there? Uh-oh, the Marines spot it. They might be going for something else, though. Good God, that's a lot of battle cruisers. That's 11 battle cruisers. How's the planetary doing? 44, 48. The battle cruiser planetary combo is going to be far too strong here. 66 kills on the planetary. The red command center. Well, hello there. You making a missile turret. Oh no, the cruisers warp across to the other side of the map. Vitamins recognizing now is the time to strike. 5 more barracks on the way. The infrastructure is totally destroyed. The missile turret will complete and start to take down the command center. The battle cruisers. I don't see any way this is going to end well. For the Marine player, though. Such a good effort, too. I mean, land this barrack. Start making Marines right here. Go for it. Why not? The might of the Dominion fleet here. 13 cruisers strong. Completely wrecking the map. The barracks will be destroyed, and I think hope is dwindling. The Marines on the other side, though, attempting to get some damage done. There is no way that's happening, though. The planetaries will be repaired. The SCVs might be destroyed. But with battlecruiser support and the planetary fortress, it's getting close. 87 kills. Unfortunately, I think we're just running out of the ability to produce the Marines necessary. The battlecruisers are being too strong. Vitamins should have waited longer. Oh, now we're getting +3. Very good. Orbital command quickly destroyed the rest of them. Do you know about all of this? Well, he knows about most of it. The bottom of the map over here, not quite yet. Yamato cannons online, firing at all of the various missile turrets. How many turrets we got? 36 missile turrets still. Try and lift that command center, give it a stim. Give me a stim. Nope. Alright. CC's getting away. Too much chaos on the map now. BC siege tank. There's one siege tank. You knew it was gonna come to this. TVT. Metal League TVT. More battle cruisers though. We're looking at 17 cruisers. And there's just nowhere near enough Marines at this point. I don't... Sad to see. One of them's going to try and warp away the planetary siege tank combo. The splash damage is too strong. Forces the battle cruisers back though. Get this one. You're not getting away from me. Can't warp in. Can't warp out this time. They get two, actually. This group of Marines. Very successful. He made a reactor here. Command center will be gunned down. The battlecruiser player just really needs to try and protect what they have. I mean, it's pretty easy to protect what you have when you have 15 cruisers fighting Marines single file. Remind me never to sign up for Rusty Shacky's army. This is not pretty. This is not a job I envy, shall we say. Did we rebuild some of these buildings? A little bruised, a little battered, but the battle cruisers working their way through the map. Yamato onto the missile turrets. We used 2, even though we really only need 1, because that gets the buildings burning. Yeah, there we go. See, it's pretty quick. It's not too bad. Marines in the main base, though, did they walk here or were they produced here? Who am I to say? The SCVs are the real victims. The starport's going to be targeted down. And now we're looking at a potential base race here. Ooh, the planetaries are a problem, though. Yeah, that's tough. We're getting a Thor, which is... You know, I always liked Thors versus cruisers. The problem is it doesn't really go that well. You need either a lot of Thors or to try and trap them. You're better off to just try and get a lot of Vikings together, really. Viking Raven. I don't enjoy fighting battle cruisers in TVT. That's just my personal bit there. I always let out a heavy sigh when I see a battle cruiser come out in my TVT games. Oh boy, we're doing this again, huh? Rusty Shacky desperately trying to switch the tech composition of choice here. The Marines in the middle of the map not quite sure what to do, and I don't really blame them either. Things are looking bleak. Things are looking grim. The battlecruisers, some of them are injured though. However, the mining is now a problem. 0 SCVs on the map here. What are we left with for command centers? We have just 1. There's only 1 orbital. 200 minerals. How do we spend it? Oh, one final hoorah. The Marines stimming forward, the Thor offering support, and the cruisers just warp away. Because battle cruisers are rude like that. There's a decent amount of them in the red though. If only Rusty had quadruple the number of Marines, but it's gonna throw out the GG. Well played. My word, that was a beautiful match. Bonus point now. Rusty, you are now the owner of 2 bonus points regarding this challenge, because not only did you get me off guard, they're sending the buildings as your gifts. You add to that list, you threw in a loss. Submission of a loss. That was a wonderful match. I thank you. Beautiful to watch, entertaining to see. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I I can't even talk. That match was so good. God, tripping over my own words here.